Hi, welcome to the Aphrodite Hills Golf Resort here in Cyprus. My name is Chris Ryan, and in today's video we're going to look at an awkward lie situation where the ball is significantly above my feet. We're going to talk a little bit about what will happen from here and then what you can do as the golfer to ensure that that ball still finishes on your intended target. So of all the awkward lies, ball above, ball below, downhill, uphill, etc., this one's not too bad. So as long as we understand what's going to happen, as long as we make a few little tweaks to our swing, it shouldn't really prove too much difficulty for you to deal with it in a much better way. The first thing we have to appreciate is there is a very good chance that this golf ball is going to finish left of where it would normally. The main reason for that is something that we call face plane tilt. The more I raise the toe above the heel, which will be the case when that ball is above my feet, the more the loft points to the left of my target. Now, how much loft is on the golf club will vary how much this happens. So if I've got a golf club with very little loft, let's say a 3-iron, it won't affect it too much. But if I've got something with a lot more loft, maybe a 7 or 8 or a 9, that extra loft is going to mean that it will point further left. So there's definitely a little bit of trial and error here and a little bit of practice on your behalf, figuring out exactly what happens when you hit from these different situations. The problem many of you will have is trying to find a place where you can actually practice this type of shot. But during your practice rounds, if you do find a situation where there's a sloping lie, throw a couple of balls down, hit a couple of shots and see what happens. I've got a 6-iron for this shot, so I appreciate that with that ball above my feet, it's going to go a little bit left relative to what it would do normally. I therefore have to take that into account when selecting my intended line. I'm going to aim right side of the green as opposed to middle of the green. Now, the other thing we want to try and do is I'm going to try and create as normal a setup as I can. Now, the way I'm going to do that is by going down the handle by some amount. By going down the handle by some amount, I can actually take my starting position that I would with a 6-iron normally. If I don't do that, the ball being closer to me is going to force my posture up a little bit, and that's going to get me a little bit further away from my normal setup, which is going to make that shot a little bit more uncomfortable. We're trying to get as close to a normal swing as we can. So choking down the handle a little bit, maybe by ½ inch, and that's going to depend on the severity of the slope. The more severe the slope is, the more you're going to go down the handle. And really there are no golden rules here. So if this was me in a golf course, what I would be doing is actually taking my setup and just trying to sense what feels normal to me. It's not an exact science. I've not thought to myself, I'm going to go down by 3/4 of an inch because it's a whatever degree slope. It doesn't work like that. We have to just start to figure out, get some feels here, take a starting position and just figure out what feels normal to me. Now, the other thing that's going to happen here is I feel a little bit more weight on my heels. As you'd imagine, I'm on a slope, it's pushing me back. That feels a little different as well. So I'm probably going to try and get my weight a little bit more onto the balls of my feet to give me a little bit more stability. I'm then going to make a few practice swings, and it may well be, again, depending on how severe that slope is, it may well be that your practice swings become a little bit more rounded. This isn't too much of a severe slope. It doesn't feel that different. However, if that slope was more extreme and I had to change my posture a little bit to accommodate that slope, my golf swing is going to be very rounded. Therefore, it's important that we take a few more practice swings before we go ahead and hit this golf shot. I'm trying to create in my practice swing the feels that I'm going to have when I hit that golf ball. Really important. I've got to try and get myself as comfortable as I can with this shot. Anytime you see a good player with an awkward lie, whether that's up above, ball above, ball below, you'll often see them take a little bit more time over their practice swings and their pre-shot routine because they're trying to get comfortable. These are not shots that we practice day in, day out. Therefore, it's going to be a little bit different to what you're normally used to. Apart from that, we can just go ahead and make our normal golf swing. I don't want you to change ball position. I don't want you to change your swing intentionally. Let's just understand what's going to happen from the slope. The ball will go more left, depending on how much loft you've got. A few little setup tweaks, a few practice swings, feeling what's going to happen, and then you can go ahead and execute it. So let me go ahead and hit this one. I say this slope isn't too severe, and generally ball above is something that we are not going to have loads of issues with. It doesn't feel particularly abnormal. See if I can get this ball up near that green. Definitely a little bit more curved to the left than what I would expect from a normal lie, so my alignment and setup was perfect there because I allowed for that. So really understanding what's going to happen, because I understood the slope, I understood the dynamics of the golf club, I was able to adjust my alignment, and actually that ball's finished pretty much bang on target. So having an understanding of what will happen is absolutely vital in these shots. But I hope that video is going to help you do just that. Thanks for watching. Thank you to Aphrodite Hills for hosting me here for a few days. All the usual stuff is down below this video. That's a like button, a like button, I should say, a comments box, and a link to subscribe to the channel. So if you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and click that link. It's going to get you access to the videos which are being uploaded each and every week. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again soon.